Approval of minutes of the previous meeting of 11/19/2025.
I move that the minutes be approved as written.
Second?
Any corrections, deletions, additions? Seeing none, those in favor? Selectmen's comments, Tom.
Oh, well, I have one thing that I don't want to steal Allison's thunder, but we both went to the meeting about the BIW parking garage
I
this
stayed
week.
the whole time,
I left early,
way early. They went late.
but it was very interesting. It doesn't appear that it's going, well, so their plan is to add about 840 additional,
60 something.
860 additional parking spaces.
How many?
860.
But not by increasing the number of employees, by pulling the people out of the private lots around town. Because I thought they were gonna clear out the Woolwich lot.
So they're not gonna get rid of the satellite lot, so the Taste of Maine lot and the one in West Bath, the Crooker lot or whatever it's called, that would still be a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't go to that thing, but my feeling, and I grew up in the south end of Bath, okay? So I've dealt with the traffic down there all my life, okay? All they're gonna do is they're gonna take all those cars from all those satellite lots on the Snake Hill and all that, where right now they have several ways to get from there to High Street, and they're gonna put them all in one spot. So they're gonna take what was a spread out problem before, and they're gonna concentrate it in one spot. And I don't see where it's.
So they
gonna work.
spent
I would think that
There's a
it's
couple
much
of-
better off to build that parking garage in the West Bath lot and bus people in, you know?
Nah, they're not gonna do
There's a
that.
couple of things that they're doing in this project, though, that I think are gonna improve things a lot. One is the new parking garage, which will be this like 5 or 6 story, whatever.
2 underground.
That's gonna be 30% shift workers and 60% or 70% white collar workers. So the big end of the shift rush won't be about what the garage is all about.
But right
Because
now, the lot that's there now is 60 to 70% white collar workers.
Yeah.
the ground
So
level.
they're gonna stay in the same place, and they're just gonna add all these blue collar workers there, and they're all gonna try to get out of that garage
So,
at the same
yeah,
time.
so the goal, the 2 things that I learned, I texted one of them to Jason during the meeting, was that there's gonna be 2 entrances, 2 exits. One will exit you out onto Washington Street, and one will exit you right to Route 1. Yeah, and their goal is, I don't know if you were there for that, the top floor, they're engineering all of this for, will take you no more than 14 minutes to
Yeah.
get out from the top floor. And they're playing around. There's apparently second shift or third shift that's not an issue. It's just, it's the first shift and moving people in and out.
But the thing I was disappointed about was the whole purpose of this meeting was to tee up a traffic study. That it really wasn't to introduce what their parking garage plan was.
Right.
It's really to say, like a lot of it was about how many people make right turns at this particular intersection every day, or whatever. So they're going to do this traffic study that's mostly going to focus on the downtown Bath roads.
Right.
It's not going to analyze the impact on Route 1 going to Woolwich.
Yeah, I mean, this was what I texted Jason was, like what will change in Woolwich, right? Will there be like pulses of cars going out? And they said, and I think I'm quoting, it's a gray area.
Yeah, what's gonna happen when we get our new traffic light out here is that traffic is gonna back up from that light to downtown Bath and stall the whole thing anyway, so.
Well, hopefully it's a
I
smarter.
mean, you figure there's
yeah.
gonna be 850 cars leaving that thing all at
Well,
once.
yeah.
And right now, everybody, if you live in Bath, I used to quite often, my very short career at BIW between businesses, I parked my car at my parents' house on Highland Street. So I would actually, quite often, I'd get down, it was quicker for me to get down to the south end, make the loop up around to the Dverry's Mill Road and get out of town
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
You know?
So, yeah.
There was, several several ways to leave. Right now, all those cars are gonna have two choices. They're gonna come out, they head to Woolwich, or they're gonna head to Lewiston and Topsom and everything the other way. So I just don't see where concentrating 850 cars in one little area is gonna.
Well, except that the white collar workers will not be leaving in a bunch.
At least we have the Saginaw Bridge done.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
when we hit the Carlton Bridge,
Yes.
if I didn't leave my store, I was supposed to get out of work at 3 every day. If I didn't leave my store in Topsom by 3:13, I might as well stay there till 5 o'clock.
Well, it was really funny because about 3:20, people started leaving the meeting.
Another thing that they're doing that is probably
I've
gonna,
often wondered, they get out of work at 3:30, right? And I've often wondered how they get out of work at 3:30. And if you're sitting in the Dairy Queen at 3:32, the cars are going by. How do they do that in 2 minutes,
Yep.
they're gonna do a lot of overhauling of the pedestrian traffic too.
Yes,
Because
yeah.
a big thing,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the last time you've driven down Washington Street during the shift change, but the biggest problem is like you got people just randomly crossing the
Yes.
street
Oh, yeah.
and then also going under the viaduct, in random directions. So
I
they are
drive a
gonna,
truck down there during that.
they are gonna do some work to channel,
Yeah,
now
channel
that this
some of
building's
that.
gonna be
Yeah.
there,
Right.
they're gonna channel the pedestrians
Right, that
a little
physical,
bit better.
the physical structure of the parking garage will move
Yeah.
some people around.
Because the backup on Washington Street is not because of making a turn onto whatever, Vine Street or whatever the street is at the post office there. It's the pedestrians. That's what causes the mess. So if they clean up the pedestrian problem, then they're gonna push it out into,
We also talked about adding
down
What
to
are they
the
gonna
exit
do- What are
ramp.
they gonna do about all the workers now that go out of the south gate? How are they gonna get them up to that?
I don't know where, well, they'll still have buses. In fact, the carpool bus, yeah, and they're actually getting those off the road. They're adding a lane.
Oh,
So they
For the
will be
buses.
not parked on.
on the edge of Washington,
Yeah, yeah.
So,
This is gonna kill a lot of guys that rely on their income for
They-
that.
Well,
parking lots.
I was talking to the economic development person after the meeting, and I was like,
Okay.
so are you hearing from people who are about to lose
Yeah.
their
well, either that
income?
or is there a lot more development gonna happen because.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
she's,
that's
you know,
what I mean.
The average is $60 a month
Yeah,
per
yeah,
car.
yeah.
And that's for any shift.
Mm.
And some of these parking lots park 200 cars.
Well, so like, what are they gonna do with this lot? They won't, they can, their income is better spent on parking than if they just convert it to a residential
Right, right.
lot.
Double
So
wall,
she
yeah.
was talking, and some of these are non-conforming, and,
You
Yeah.
haven't seen some of these lots.
Yeah.
The lot
Some
on
of
Snake
it's
Hill, you would not build a house there
Yeah,
if people
yeah.
gave you the property.
yeah, I've seen that, yeah,
Horrible.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well, the old Oddfellows
Oh, yeah.
on Washington Street,
Yeah.
where Tony said the Baldy makes all his
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
I mean, that's like this.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
it's not
yeah.
safe to park there on dry pavement.
Yeah.
So what is the takeaway? Not for 2 more years, 3 more years?
It's 2 or 3 years off for
2 or
sure.
3 years.
yeah.
It's the starting, it's a groundbreaking next summer, so July 2026, and be 2 years, I think was
2 years.
the,
So
yeah.
what are they gonna do with all the
That's what I was-
cars that
me
displace
too.
while they're
That's
building
the
the
question.
garage?
Gonna fire
I don't
somebody.
know, maybe they'll come to the Taste of
Wow.
Maine.
They didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Satellite parking lots.
Case of Maine, parking lot's full every day now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't anticipate that change, because I was trying to get them to say like, oh, now that there's more parking, because they'll assign a certain percentage of the spaces in the lot and
Yeah.
leave some open. And so like if and you'll be assigned. So if somebody's in your spot, then there'll be places for you to go. But I wondered if there's a couple of, I don't know how many there are on a floor. Did they anticipate them taking people who normally park in the Taste of Maine? Would they then come downtown? They didn't seem to anticipate that. So
How are they gonna stop people from parking in those satellite parking lots?
I don't think
I
they
don't think
intend
they want to. They want to keep the satellite parking
Yeah.
lots fully utilized.
Well, I thought they wanted those people to park in the new parking.
No, they don't
They want
want-
the private lots
Yeah, there's 2
down
terms
in
there. Yeah, the
Bath.
satellite ones, and then
Yeah.
there's the in-town ones.
Okay,
They're
yeah.
two different,
Yeah.
for them, they
Yeah.
differentiate them.
Okay, so the little ones in town,
Those are the ones that are gonna,
how are they gonna stop you from parking in those? BLW don't own them, do they?
Well, there just won't be an
I mean,
incentive
anybody-
because it's
anybody that
not,
wants to park there wants to pay the $60.
'Cause you gotta
a month.
pay.
yeah, because
Yeah,
this
do it.
lot will be
But I understand
free.
BIW is not gonna charge
Yeah,
employees.
They're
to
gonna
park
own
in
this
the-
parking
Yeah.
garage,
Mhm.
they're not charging,
Yeah.
so you'll save money.
Yeah.
Right, but when that parking garage gets full, if I was working in the Bath Iron Works, I'd go see the guy that used to
Yeah, yeah,
tap that, you know.
yeah.
I'm sure,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure one or two of the private lots will survive.
Right.
But I bet
Yeah.
all 8 or 10 of them won't.
But what's interesting is that she hadn't heard anything from any of those owners of private lots.
You know, years ago, people were buying houses and tearing them down and turning them into parking
Yeah,
lots.
yeah.
Because they could make
Oh, yeah,
the same
it's-
amount of money.
Yeah,
No tax bill, a lower tax bill.
Right,
Yeah,
lower
yeah.
taxes, and they make the same amount of money as renting out the 4
Right.
apartments in that building.
Yeah.
They could make more money tearing the building down and turning it into
Yeah.
a parking lot.
Yeah.
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 Well, that
Um,
sounds good.
And they were also talking about some of those exits, you know, people will still be going up the high street, you know, Weeks, Corliss, whatever, and we're trying to get, were you there when they were trying to get the Bath Planning Department, office or planning board to say, which roads do you want us to look at? And they was like,
I
yeah, so it's,
Stay tuned, huh?
yeah, stay tuned,
So that's the only comment I have.
yeah. And
Sorry.
so that was mine.
Let's face it,
Yeah.
it boils down to the roads in our area were never designed for the amount of traffic.
No.
We're filling up, we're full.
Or the size of the vehicles.
So anyway, that was one of my things. The second
Okay.
thing is real quick, this Sunday at 5 PM will be the tree lighting. I think, David, you're planning to be
Yes.
there. Anybody, Monswigers will be there, there's a couple of soloists will be there. I think there's 2 of the local ministers who'll be there. And then the last thing is, I know you tell me that that the board seldom has a second meeting in December, but I will miss that meeting if you should have it. I'm heading out for the holidays.
What is that, Callan?
It's the 19th, so it's a
Is it
week
19th?
away, yeah.
Night,
No, I'm sorry.
it's the 17th.
It's not the
17th.
19th. It'd be the
17th,
17th,
Because the
yes.
18th is the next.
I know, I was like, wait a minute.
because I'm getting to Florida on the 19th.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh.
So anyway, I will miss that
Let's
meeting.
play it by ear.
Yeah,
Let's see.
you don't have to yell at me twice.
We can always- If it looks like there's not much going on that week, we'll cancel.
That's it.
All right, Dale.
Well, as all of you are aware, I've been battling with Fidium. I've spent the last 2 months trying to get a bill so I could pay it. The only thing I got was a disconnect notice. And I ended up getting one of my neighbors to pay it online so that they didn't disconnect it. I pity the poor people who want a paper bill. It's just not gonna happen. They offer it when they try to talk you into buying video, but good luck getting a bill.
Unless it's a disconnect notice, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
That's a paper.
They could
yeah.
send a disconnect notice just fine.
Yeah.
Ha.
Well, they charge extra if you don't, if you do get a paper bill. So they must do it to some people.
But
I haven't
somebody
found
followed.
anybody yet that has gotten a paper bill.
Paper bill.
So have you guys have you've followed up with, to make sure that, so, do we need to do anything?
I don't know if anybody can. I
Well,
mean,
no, your neighbor talked to Fidium and said, yes, you want a paper
Right.
bill.
This is the
Okay.
second time that I
Yeah.
know I have
Yeah.
been signed up for a paper bill.
Yeah, okay,
The guy who sold this thing to me,
yeah.
he signed me up for paper.
Have you talked to Simon? I'll be happy to call him.
Yeah, just do a little Apple Pay and a little bit of this, and
Yeah.
that, and you'll get it all figured out.
When they send me a bill. I have now paid for 3 months, 2 past and 1 ahead.
Ah, okay.
If I don't get a paper bill by the time I think I owe them money, I'm going to Comcast.
I will reach out to Simon right now.
I just gave him my credit card number, I bill my credit card every month, it's simple.
They bill my bank account, I think. I don't remember. Anyway.
That's all I got.
That's it. Jason?
I mentioned briefly, but I noticed in the Wisconsin newspaper that the online version that the boat was addressed. The Edgecombe Select Board talked about the boat, and that it looks to me like what I read. Phil, correct me if I'm wrong, but they acknowledge it, and in the article it talks about they're going to figure out how to dispose of it in the next meeting or two in December. So I just read it. Pardon me. Yeah.
My expired.
But anyway,
green flavor.
that was the
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and look that up and see if I can read it online.
yeah. I'll send it to you if you want.
So, yeah,
I was
send
gonna
it.
say, if they wait very long, it'll freeze in, won't it?
Well, I don't know if
They actually do have there's some extra time built into the abandoned boat thing if it's a freeze up. So it may sit there for the
I
winter.
mean, the article says right here, I got it right in front of me, it just says, that Edgecombe became legally responsible for the abandoned sailboat. We all know that last spring due to the previous owner's death, and his wife telling town officials didn't want it, or she didn't want it, excuse me. With the sailboat's reappearance, Stockwell told selectmen the question facing us is when and how regarding the town's responsibility in the sailboat's disposition. The Stockwell suggested destroying it, and I don't know what the condition is, but I know it's a liability to the town. I suggest we destroy it because it has no real value. Selectmen will gather information on their options and create an action plan during one of their December meetings.
That's great.
And this was literally, this article was dated Monday the 1st. On
Doesn't it say somewhere that they've discovered it in Woolwich? I think that's funny.
Oh, yeah, it says
I wonder if
it's
they
reappeared.
discovered it because of the 16 phone calls I made over there about it.
Well, it says the abandoned sailboat found in town waters in Maine, which later disappeared, was located in Woolwich.
Yeah.
Administrator Kim Dalton has been persistent. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah, the only other thing I have real quickly is, I don't know, I think the plowing guys did the first significant storm. I mean, I didn't hear a whole lot. I think I've been talking to a bunch of them, trying to give all the advice that they want, and this, that, and the other, and Kim, I'm happy, my dad and I both are happy to do whatever we can do to help, and I was at our office at 3 this morning. I spoke with 2 or 3 of them, talked about bus turnarounds. I know that there was a glitch, you said, on one route.
North into 127,
Yeah.
didn't get plowed.
In the Dresden one.
Yeah.
And do all we can do to help. And we want it to work, and I think.
And nobody quit?
No. No, not yet. No.
I guess my only comment tonight is to say ditto.
Well,
I was impressed. I thought they did really, really well. I called Jason early yesterday morning and I said, "You've spoiled this, Jason." I said,
No.
"I usually would see a truck go by now," but it was 20 minutes after that I saw a truck go by.
I mean,
And I thought they did a great job. I mean, for the first, they just definitely got a trial by fire.
Yeah.
It wasn't a little 2-inch storm.
No, it wasn't that's right. Went from a sandy to a snowstorm, yeah. 2 of them, real quickly, 2 of them called me last night at 9 o'clock and said, "Can we go home and take a break?" And I'm like, no, you don't call me about that.
What they thought they just had to circle nonstop?
No, and I said, geez, this is it. I wanted, it's just a different world today, and I said, but they
At least they were up early. They didn't stop at
It's all right.
the,
I want to be very
quick mart to
supportive,
get
and
a
I met
coffee.
2 of them at the barn at 4 o'clock this morning, and just said, don't forget, guys, bus turnarounds, late start, do this, make sure hills and corners, always make sure the fire station.
So they were there to get sand and stuff?
Yeah, they come down and keep reloading, and we're just there to help facilitate,
Are we paying you guys?
No.
Okay.
No, there's no, I just, my father and I's position in this is to really make things work for the town, we want this to
But
work.
could they get it themselves, or?
Oh, no, they get them.
Yeah, okay.
No, the
Okay.
material's all up, and
Okay.
they're our job.
So I
is-
gotta ask, what did you do last night?
We have a bunch of, last night I went home. From 5 to 3 a.m., 5 p.m. to 3 a.m., I was just looking at Facebook.
I was actually out last night at 11:30 plowing,
Oh, were you?
only because I wanted to. I didn't want to have to plow 10 inches all at once.
Yeah.
That one, gee,
No, I know. And like I say, this is a supportive
I
comment.
plowed the parking lot,
Yeah.
I do over and back twice
Yeah.
rather than do it at once.
Yeah, no, and by all means, I want to, this is a supportive comment. I think they did
Yeah, that
a great
sounds
job. And
great.
every town, you read the paper, see this stuff, the accidents everywhere in the state, and it's first storm
We
of the
didn't
year.
have
First,
anything, did we?
No,
No.
knock on wood.
No,
I thought
I-
we were gonna, but we
Yeah,
didn't.
I mean,
They had a few slide offs on Route 1, but nothing, that's all state.
major, right?
So.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
We're gonna move on.
Yep.
Public comment.
Just to say that there's a new display in the case downstairs, Christmas Eve. By all means, take a look.
Very good.
Thank you.
Town administrator.
All right, Monday, the Seacoast, which is now Pipe Barker, will be here to start installation of the cameras and also to do the new security system. And then on Tuesday, Jim Tillman from MMA will be here to go over the verification for the workman's comp safety inspection program that we signed up for. I've already reached out to Sean and to Danny because he wants to go and meet with all the departments to make sure that we're up to compliance, that, you know, we are dealing with all the workman's comp safety issues that need to be done so we can get a discount on our workman's comp. The senior tax applications just got mailed out last week. We had around 35 applicants, which basically almost doubled than what we had last year.
Yeah.
We have a $10,000 cap and we issued like, what, $9,600, so
Oh, that's great.
we, you know.
That's
I'm really happy
starting
about
to-
that.
Yeah, you know, it's really starting to get utilized and I think people are really grateful for it.
So no administrative glitches with getting the stuff back from the state and.
No, I called when I called last year, they gave me all the information over the phone. And I think that they might have given me some wrong information because people that submitted last year were not qualified this year. And I don't see how that could be.
Yeah, unless they got
So
an
this
authority.
year, they had me fax everything over to the gentleman. And the gentleman I talked to said, you know, he was the new person and it's transferred down from so-and-so.
Mhm.
And he just requests all the applications and
Okay.
within a couple hours, he'd give me all the information back.
Okay, great.
I was greatly impressed with that. So I'm sure next year it'll probably be bigger.
I tell everybody that I see about it.
over there.
I mean, in different towns as well. It's like, look, you should consider this.
Yeah, I know that Evan Godowski
Yeah.
called and asked me about it.
Yep.
And then it'll be nice when the tax club gets implemented
Yeah.
next year as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're trying to do the best we can for the taxpayers, so
Thank you.
that's all I have.
Excellent. Thank you.
Jack's not here tonight, so I'm gonna skip that one. Codes officer. 4 building permits, 1 principal dwelling, on Middle Road, 1 accessory dwelling, structure of pole barn, residential solar, and improved wireless tower for Verizon on the Mountain Road.
Ooh,
1 septic permit.
Flea
Signed
market.
complaint on Route 1, I've been to the home several times, leaving my contact card twice with no response. Next step would be a letter with a deadline and enforcement. Firelight sign on Route 1 will be removed.
Oh,
Technically, that sign that people have been complaining about there, the
Yeah.
political one,
Yeah.
that's actually on state land.
That's what I think too. I talked to Mike the other day about that, but
So I think,
we still
I
don't.
didn't know the
Mike
state land
tell
went back
Mike
that far.
It's pretty wide.
Yeah.
Mike to talk to DOT, because
Yeah.
they'll make them get that out of there, no?
I did mention that the other day to him, and I see he has a question mark there, like on enforcement. I mean, but I do think it's, yes, if you don't mind, I'll be happy to talk to him.
Yeah.
Because you could confirm whether it is or isn't, but I think it is right on the
Wow.
edge of it.
is
Very wide up
is
there.
that wire fence on the property line or is that?
No, the fence, well,
Or does probably like go a
the
little
fence
bit
is put up by DOT, so it is DOT. So wherever you see that wire fence, that is the wildlife fencing
Except the parts that we.
except for the stuff that's gone over by the, yeah.
Well,
It's
they're
all
right
down.
away here, 175 feet
It's
wide.
very wide right away places, but, yeah.
Let's see, EMS is not here.
Do you have his report? There.
You have a
Oh,
report.
yeah. Sorry. Thank you.
Doesn't look like, it's only 2 sentences.
I think it's the same from last month.
Woolwich EMS responded to 19 calls in November, 25 patients were seen, 15 were transported, MC1 was called 3 times, and responded mutually in Dresden once. Short and sweet.
Yep.
All right. Fire Chief, Sean.
We've had 6 calls since the last meeting. I need approval for some, working on applying for the forestry grants that we usually apply for every year. Just need approval for the matching funds for that grant. It's up to $5,000 in matching funds. So we can get up to $10,000 worth of equipment. I'm looking at, we're gonna be right around 9,000 what I'm applying for. Looking to pick up pagers, radios, some supply hose, and NFPA approved wildland gloves, which you're now required to have. You can't just have work gloves, you have to have the NFPA ones now, so.
Wildland?
Wildland gloves, yeah. So they're basically a deerskin work glove, but they're longer and they have different kinds of cuffs on them so that they meet compliance. They're $60 a pair.
Wow.
So.
So you're looking for approval to apply?
I need approval to
To
apply
apply for
up
the
to
grant?
5,000 for the matching
Motion
funds.
to approve that,
So move.
Second.
those in favor?
This one you traditionally get every year.
Yeah, we get this every year. Yeah. Yeah.
Who-
Right.
who's-
It's the time of year where I ask you, can we get the snow blower down here?
Yeah. Yeah.
If we could get it before the weekend, it would be great, because it'd be handy cleaning up around the church and everything.
Yeah. I'll ask the guys if somebody can grab it.
Questions? We get a lot of donations, not a lot, but we get a lot of donations. People come in, and we had one today that they want to make a donation to the fire department.
Correct.
So we specifically ask, is it for the fire department or is it for the fire association? And sometimes they'll just say fire department. Do you utilize that money? Because I know in the town report, it always says, fire department, that you can use it for pages, pagers, et cetera.
Equipment.
Do you ever utilize that? I don't recall you ever do. So.
I've never gotten any type of donation that's been usable that's significant. Unless you're aware, I don't even know. Do we have an account for that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a fire.
How much is in it? I have
We
no
have to
idea.
look. Normally, we just lapse it every year because it never gets used.
We never
so
take the donation money yet.
I'm
Yeah.
just
No, right,
wondering,
right, so-
Yeah. I have a list of things that we would
Yeah,
need
instead
to
of-
purchase at some point.
In fact, it's
You've got
usually in the town report. Yeah.
account,
Well, right,
it's not
right.
being utilized.
So you'd have to check, so yeah, it's made out to Woolwich Fire Department, and
Yes.
it's a town account, but it's a
Yeah.
donation account.
Yes.
Yeah, and so
It's a donation
you
account.
check and see what the balance is.
Yeah. If you can send me that, email me that.
Yeah, I know we got a donation today, so I'm kind of.
We treat that the same way, like we do,
Yeah.
if you have something that's over a certain amount, even though it's that money, you ask us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To approve it, you tell, whatever, but.
I've asked a couple folks, so I need somebody so Frank came and took care of the electrical down in the bathroom, and so it's ready to be put back together, but I need somebody to sheetrock to do the taping. I've asked my Frank, and he doesn't feel comfortable doing it. He'll paint for me, but I don't know if you've got somebody that can do that, or I've asked the crew, and I guess nobody's real comfortable with doing that. It just needs to be literally mudded, taped, and then.
Just
Does
that
it
one
have to
sec-
be done well?
Fire station bathroom, so I just like to get it done so we can because he's willing to paint.
Yeah.
We're gonna paint the
Yeah,
whole
I don't do
bathroom.
it well.
Paint some stuff downstairs this winter, so,
Do you know the Tippetop fellow that lives on the Walker Road?
yeah.
He'd be the brother to, I'm terrible with names, the one that used to.
Mike?
Well, his brother,
Oh, I don't know.
lives over by the pond, he's a sheetrock guy. Well, Lonnie knows him very well, because they work with him all the time. I mean, but he's close, you could ask him, and he might even be willing to.
There's also those guys, B&B.
Oh, B&B drama, yeah.
Put it on-
Yeah. I mean, we're small, we might be able to get somebody to
Yeah.
help out. I don't know.
And if you can think of anybody, that's just.
Would you like to reach out to anybody, or would you like to?
I've asked, because I thought we could get it done in-house, but I've apparently got nobody that's willing to do it. And they'll mud little holes and stuff, and they don't want to get tape in and stuff.
So you will handle the painting, you just have to.
Yeah, we'll do the painting and all that, so we can get it
Mud-
mudded
mud
and
and-
taped and, you know.
You ask Lonnie his advice who to get?
I think his name's Steve. It's Steve. I know that.
I can. I'm trying not to bug Lonnie too much. He's been doing a lot of extra stuff for me, so I'm trying not to bug him too much.
Yeah.
Hey, he can just give you a name.
Yeah.
I'm sure he deals with sheetrockers all the time.
If I give it, I'll
Woolwich
try.
Community Group.
Yeah, I'll try, because I might be able to get.
Yeah,
B&B was over to our office yesterday. Sometime, I mean, they can maybe see if
Takes them
they'll.
like 10 minutes.
Right, well, see if they'll help out.
Swing by, yeah.
All right, I'll do what I can do, but keep on looking.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, moving on, old business, I see we have nothing.
Nope.
Okay. New business, discussion with bank reconciliation.
Yeah, so, I was gonna do this last time, but I thought I could get September and October done. But I have, mystery amount of $371.87 that is in our favor. It's in the bank, and I cannot find it anywhere. But it's the same amount from September to October. So I've been scouring to find this
But
$300.
it's in the good direction.
Yes, it's in the bank.
No,
So
not a negative.
we're always, yeah. So we're looking good. I mean, in July, our ending balance was 1.83 million. August, it's 942. Let's see. Then we had, September and October. We were at 3 point something million for the end of October after taxes, but that is now dwindled. Our bank statement today is 1.8 again. I have a feeling that come February, we will be looking for another tax anticipation note.
But obviously, we paid the county.
The county is
October,
done,
October, the
but,
county is.
we're
yeah,
paying $455,000 a month for the school, and that's December, January, February, so there's
Yeah.
1 point something million right there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I heard from Simon.
Sign of the times.
yeah.
Is this something that,
But, I mean, we're basically where we were last year,
Yeah,
as far as,
yeah.
keeping our head above water, but it would be nice to do split payments with the county, and we have another administrator meeting on January 8th in Rouseck. I know Amber had mentioned that the commissioners were gonna talk about it, and then they canceled their meeting. So
right, we had a
it's gonna be
meeting,
brought
yeah,
up again,
okay.
and I'd like to
That's
have
right.
that well attended with
Yeah.
a lot of the towns.
And it's going to be in person in Rouseck?
Yes, but it's the town
It's
administrators.
just the administrators,
Yeah,
okay.
and managers. But I would like to bring up to Amber when the commissioners are gonna talk about it again, because I'd really like to get it discussed and a date set. But the dates that Amber brought up that day were completely,
Useless.
pay in October and then again in December.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Right.
why?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, look,
So-
what they should, I mean, since I know Rouseck's tax bills just went out,
Mhm.
Georgetown's just went, I mean, there's also some, not wiggle room, but I mean, it seems like they could deal with each town separately. It's
Right.
not that hard.
No. I think they wanted everybody's opinion, and everybody's opinion. The only one who didn't really care was Bath.
Because they're gonna do one,
and
anyway.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna do one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I think Pittsburgh has split payments,
Huh?
I think so.
Yeah.
Don't they do 2
I
installments?
thought they did one, but,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought they did 2,
This-
but
this-
they weren't concerned about
Yeah,
it.
this would be extremely beneficial, and,
Yeah.
Right.
we gotta find a way to
Which,
see. if-
Amber always says that it just wouldn't, it's not financially
Yeah, right.
possible for them. And I said, well, I would really like to see your finances, because that makes no sense to me.
They've gotta be able to explain that.
Yes.
They've gotta be able to somehow explain that. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense what they're saying.
You're just telling me that it's not financially
And
responsible.
proposing
It's
two,
nothing to me.
yeah, proposing 2 payments 2 or 3 months apart, that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
That isn't gonna make sense.
And what happened to their ARPA money?
I have to say that it disappoints me that the commissioner that represents our district is not looking out for our interests.
Yeah.
have you talked to him?
Yes.
Well, I mean, what does he say?
I haven't talked to him other than just over to the
Yeah.
county, but over the county, I mean, he's just totally adamant against it.
Hmm.
I just can't fathom why the county treasurer keeps saying that there will be a loss of revenue to that.
What I don't understand, I know we were talking about this, but what I don't understand is Kim, and I don't know if we need to vote in the motion for me to sign those or whatever, if that's what you're looking for, that, but we're already did, right?
Yeah.
What I don't understand though is, you can tell us right here how much money we have at the end, and
Yeah.
we see it, right? We
Yeah.
all look at this. And so we know where we're at, we know our cash flow, where we're at. And I don't understand how they never produce that. You just talk about, we can't do that.
It's around $1 million.
Oh, yeah, but David,
That's all I ever
but the
hear.
day I was there, and
But-
Tommy was there, I asked about that.
It's around $1 million.
They told me the
But
fund
what's
balance.
around? What's close? Is it 780,000? Is it 1.3
Yeah.
million? Is it what? What's about $1 million? You know?
Well, why can't you just show, she has papers right there that show ours, why can't you produce a paper that,
You have to understand,
I know. Yeah,
At our meeting we had there a week or so ago, I got into it with Charlie a little about the lack of audits. Because their most recent audit now is 2022.
yeah.
So
I don't
they're not
understand.
in
Has that
audit
been
for
straightened out? Didn't
23 and
one,
24
they,
yet.
one side say one thing and one side said another? Like,
Right, when I reached out to RKO,
yeah,
I've
the
got it
person
all.
that does the audit emailed me and says that they have a majority of the 2023 audit, or the 2022 audit was completed. They just need to finalize it, and they were still waiting for the 2023 and the 2024 information
from the county.
from the county. But then when Matt Dunlap reached out to them, they were told that they had all the information. And I was like, no, that's
Yeah.
not what was told to me.
If you have
So
it,
it's very frustrating.
but it's public information, it'd be,
Right.
like, produce the information.
Right.
And how do you go forward budgeting when you don't have your audit done?
I don't know, but that's what he said. He goes, you know, because
You turn
I
it into
asked-
Washington County if you
Oh,
don't fix it
and
in a
that's
couple
what we
of
don't,
years.
none of us wanna worry about that.
Yeah,
You won't sleep nights if
Yeah,
you.
I mean, I asked the auditor, and I said, how can you,
Well, I think they
No,
got
what's-
to the management of RKO, because RKO is now saying, yeah, we are kind of behind.
oh,
But
yeah.
I think it's because I honestly think that they got, the county got to them and said, hey, look, you know, if we wanna keep our business, we're gonna back us up
Right.
with this. you know.
Hmm.
probably, I don't know. It's just
Because
frustrating.
Well, thanks for doing the
But
back.
I tell you what, they just,
uh,
the numbers, I'll put it this way, the numbers over there are very fluid.
All right, that's all I have.
Thank you, Kim.
Well, I mean,
And if that, we went to that preparatory meeting to let us know what they're gonna be asking for. If they get 50% of what all the department heads are gonna ask for, we're gonna see a heck of an increase.
Geez, we can't keep doing this county school stuff for another year.
It's just, you know, I realize it was a wish list, everybody came in with what they really wanted, okay?
Yeah.
But if everybody gets half of what they want, we're gonna see another huge increase.
so, I think about half the counties, I think, David, I think you know this, right? Half the counties, the Budget Advisory Committee has the final say over the
Right.
county budget. We are not one of those counties.
No,
It would take
we-
a statute.
We- this is
Statutory change.
We are an advisory committee.
Yeah.
Last year, we gave them 13 suggestions, and they took one of them.
So that's something maybe for not, I mean, it would be hard for me to make an argument for an emergency bill to put in at this late stage in the legislative session. But whoever succeeds me, I think this is something we ought to think about, of changing that statute so that the Budget Advisory Committee, it's like a 2/3, like you can override what the county does, with 2/3, I think, is typically
Right,
what.
it would have to be 2/3 of the county, of the committee.
The committee,
We'd have to
yeah.
agree to it.
Something
But
to think about.
But I just hope that the bill that is in there now to make it referendum voting on the county budget, I hope that passes.
I'm signing
Because-
on as a co-sponsor of that one.
I just hope that passes, because, again, there are 36,000 people in Saginaw County, and three people get to vote on the budget.
Yeah.
And, you know, they can do anything they want.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, yeah, I'll
thanks
keep
for-
you posted on
Yeah,
that bill.
thanks for attending, and Allison, you keep going.
Okay, is there anything other,
Well, yes.
Tom?
A really small thing, but I just thought it should get on the record. I think it would be a great idea to make a sign to bolt onto our new salt and sand facility building.
Yes.
And,
We've already talked about that.
okay,
And I've asked Jason, you know that
Yeah.
guy, to sign, get a price on it.
Yep.
That says what?
It says
Well,
Town of Woolwich,
Oh, okay.
salt and sand,
Okay.
Storage facility or something.
storage
Yeah.
facility.
Yeah. No, I've been really busy, so I did drop the ball a little bit, but yes, we talked about,
I'm
I'll get a price. I'll get
happy to help
I was
Jason.
supposed to meet the guy there from the
security.
security company today. He never called me. I assumed he probably was busy with the storm and everything.
Did he call you at all? And then
He called me,
Okay.
he said he'd call me. I didn't have the address of that
Jacob,
building.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
Huh.
What's the address of that building?
It's the address.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
The guy in Brunswick?
No, the address of the sand salt building. It has its own address.
Oh,
Hold on
yeah.
a second, I got more messages. Wait a minute. Keep talking, I'll get to you. I should know this. Odd side, what's it, 270? It's an odd note. Hold on. Mike sent it to me. Anyway, David, on that note, while I'm looking this up, I haven't already yet. I did put a Wi-Fi extender, and there's Wi-Fi access there, okay? And I'll even be happy to buy a camera that you can all log in and, I'll be happy.
We can do that.
I mean, if you
Put a
wanna,
ring- Put a ring camera. over there.
No, that's what I mean.
It doesn't have to be anything fancy, I just think we should be able to see people
yeah.
coming and going.
No, you all can log in anytime you want and watch.
If we see
Oh, that'd be fun.
a green Chevy pickup back in there every day, and two guys get out and shovel a bag full of sand out of that little building, I'd like to know it, you know?
Yeah.
And,
No. And it's 259.
250.
Yeah, Mike, this is from.
Walker Road.
Yeah, Mike said the address of the sand building is 259 Walker Road, yeah. I should know
All
that.
right, we should know that for insurance purposes as well.
Yeah.
Put it down.
All right, is there anything else to come before the board tonight? If not, I entertain a motion of adjournment.
So moved.
So,
Second.
Dale.
Alrighty.